Over the years, I've developed an elevator pitch to describe the sport of dragonboat paddling. It's a traditional Chinese water sport that takes place in a narrow canoe with 20 paddlers, a caller, and a steersperson. During races, the canoe is adorned with a dragon head and tail. What I always forget to mention is the community aspect of the sport. You would be amazed at how this sport attracts some of the nicest people who treat teammates like family members. At Long Beach, California, TK Kimura is seen as a mother figure for our dragonboat community. TK and Mike Baker, her husband of nearly 40 years, have been volunteering with the Southern California Dragonboat Club for many years, dedicating 6 hours of their weekend just to make sure every Southern California Dragonboat Club team is safely on the water. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Mike, can you just get a little bit closer? Like 6 inches? There you go.
Like I care.
1, 2, 3.
I guess technically I'm the executive director of the Southern California Dragonboat Club, which owns all of these boats. And basically we charter them to the different teams, and we have, I think, between 25 and 30 year-round teams. I have to make sure that the teams start on time, they finish on time, they get their boats up and clean, basically making sure that this whole thing. Remember, there's right before the festival, there's over 1,000 paddlers a day come through here. So that's a lot of people to try to manage, and it's kind of like herding cats sometimes. I grew up on the water. I've never lived more than a block from the water in my entire life. I grew up surfing in Hawaii and paddling in Hawaii, and when we moved back here to the mainland, we lived right on the water. I've always had a boat. I love the water, and I feel like people should take advantage of living in Southern California. We're right here. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful spots around. And so my thought is that, let's say we have only 600 paddlers a day coming through here. That's 600 people that may not have ever been able to experience a water sport. So that's kind of the idea behind this thing, that Dr. Chen is good enough to provide the canoes, provide the method for them to go and paddle. And you look at the people, they come from as far north as Castaic. We've had people we have UC Riverside, the kids from Riverside come down here. All the college teams come and paddle. So it's a pretty impressive thing to see that these kids can get out on the water.
TK got involved with dragonboat racing after she was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2002.
She was just going through chemo treatment for breast cancer at her first practice that she came out to. So being a coach, imagine trying to coach technique to someone that didn't yet have the strength to actually physically hold a paddle. So it's something like that, in a way, to see someone with that challenge, but to work beyond it it's an obvious inspiration. And so
soon after joining LARD, TK was involved in the formation of the Los Angeles Pink Dragons, California's first breast cancer survivor dragonboat racing team.
Breast cancer survivor team. So shortly thereafter, her and one of the teammates on LARD had helped to form that team, and that's still part of our foundation, and we're so proud.
The common experience of breast cancer has brought together this strong community of sisters to celebrate their strength, build friendships, and support one another.
It really means to me that I have a second chance. Hope is the biggest thing, and knowing that other people have had breast cancer and survive and are fighting want me to do the same.
It's hard when you have to take time off to do treatments. They know their strength, they know their endurance, they know what they can do and what they can't do.
The reality is we kind of forget that we've all had it. We're just there paddling, trying to stay active, and then it hits us when somebody's re-diagnosed. But other than that, it's just a great group of women who are out there trying to stay healthy and have some fun. And then, like I said, then it hits us when one of our team members is re-diagnosed, which right now we have 3.
I've been off the boat for about 1.5 years. I needed to have some reconstruction surgery, and then I was re-diagnosed as stage 4. So anyways, today was my first practice back in about 1.5 years. And oh my gosh, it was exhilarating out there. It's just the sun, the wind, the sea salt. It's good for your soul. And it's just being with my pink dragons I know I got this when I'm with them.
TK has modified her involvement in the team since being diagnosed with ALS in 2018.
My team, the whole community has been wonderful. Initially, I started off with a weak drop foot, so someone would just slip their arms through and hook my elbow and help me down without saying anything. And then people from other boats would notice and they would come and help, and they would offer a hand to get in the boat. And then when it became apparent, I'd have to really plan ahead to get down to the boat because I did not want to delay the team. They surprised me and got me a beach chair, one with the big balloon tires. It was so thoughtful. And they helped me, they pushed me down and then helped me get onto the boat. ALS affects the neurons, so it's not, the brain is not able to send a message for the muscles to move. So if they don't move, they more or less atrophy, get weaker.
ALS, or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, is a progressive neurodegenerative disease that affects nerve cells in the brain and the spinal cord. The progressive degeneration of the motor neurons in ALS eventually leads to their demise. When the motor neurons die, the ability of the brain to initiate and control muscle movement is lost. With voluntary muscle action progressively affected, people may lose the ability to speak, eat, move, and breathe.
ALS is such an individual disease. Not everyone gets the same symptoms. They'll get many of the similar ones, but you don't know what will be effective first. They have a general idea. For me, it was my foot drop, and everyone thought I was just being clumsy. And I did some epic face plants on Mother's Beach because I couldn't lift my foot over a boat base, and it was just frustrating. I go, what the heck is going on? And then I thought I was having dental problems with my bite, and I kept on having my doctor look at my bite, and now we know what it was. It's my jaw and my tongue not able to move. I started noticing changes 2.5 years prior to that, but it took that long to actually put a name to it. It's a hard diagnosis to figure out. It's just like I also have rheumatoid arthritis, and it's another disease also. It takes it's a process of elimination. You're told not to exercise to fatigue, which is, wow, that's what you do in dragon boating, right? You exercise to fatigue and try to work from there. What I try to do is get to a certain point and try to not push myself too much beyond that. But it's just not me not to try. I have to try.
TK is proud of her history of paddling with highly competitive teams, including Wasabi, a team from Oregon that ranks top in the world.
And I really got involved, got excited, and realized I could improve. So again, I would push myself and work out with Lard more, and then I would get invited with other non-BCS competitive teams, and I've been able to travel to club crew events, which was just so exciting. And it just, what can I say? The phrase that you hear some cancer people say, and I thought, I'll never be one of those. I'm glad I got cancer. And it sounds so cliche, but if I had not been diagnosed with cancer, I'm pretty sure I would have never found out about dragon boating.
With the reality of weakening muscles, TK has stopped paddling and instead has opted to call, using a microphone to amplify her voice. Can we talk about how badass TK is? Years before ALS and cancer, TK was an avid mountain climber.
I've gone all over the world on my mountaineering trips, and I carried packs as big as I was. But again, it's just to push me. I always felt a sense of success when I finished the trip, whether I climbed to the peak, or as they call Baga Peak, or not. The fact I was up there and came back alive.
Another thing to add to TK's list of baddassery is her planking legacy.
I'm the plank champion on the beach. I could beat, in my day, I could beat all the college kids.
Well, TK is pretty tough, and the first year that I went to Arizona, I went with Dr. Chen, and we showed up at the race site, and here's TK challenging everybody to planks, and she won. She did longer plank than anybody.
The kid thought he was going to win. No, he's not going to win.
From that time on, it was, okay, let's put some money on it type of a thing. So she still does a plank longer than most people can do it.
These kids couldn't hold a plank, and it just became a big joke among some of them.
Number 3 on her list of badassery is her involvement with Adaptive Fusion, formerly known as BlindStart of America.
And then when BlindStart first started, I joined them and helped them.
Adaptive Fusion is a team for deaf and blind paddlers. We also have some paddlers that are able to see for support.
For the adaptive paddlers, it's given them a new lease on life, because all of a sudden they're competing against people that can see and hear, and they're beating them. So then it really shows what the adaptive community can do when they come together.
She was one of the first coaches that came out, and at the time the group was called BlindStart of America, and she worked with us. So as a coach, you have to do different things, to work with somebody that's blind, or now we've got the deaf as well, and she's so supportive and continues to be that way.
The Long Beach Dragonboat Festival is an international race boasting more than 100 teams from around the world. It's the Southern California Dragonboat Club's signature event and an opportunity to show off the city known as the Aquatic Capital of America. TK has participated for more than 16 years straight as an event coordinator, paddler, and caller.
So we have more than 200 teams. This year we have from everywhere USA, all the top USA national team. We have a team from Taiwan, from China, Canada, all different cities. So I think we're just not a sports competition. We combine the cultural events. We have a food vendor. We have a lot of performance. So everything is combining everybody. So it really is a united, community to go together.
At the 2019 event, TK's main focus was to call for teams, and boy did she call.
Though I don't have the strength to last out a race, I still am able to call, and I love it, just love it.
Calling involves sitting at the head of the boat, holding a drum tightly between your legs, and often using one hand to hold the chair behind you so you don't fall off from the momentum of the race. Callers also use their voice to make commands that help teams to victory. It's not easy, and inspiring doesn't even begin to describe what it feels like to see TK do this, knowing her situation. The races are scheduled in divisions with several heats. TK was surprised when someone asked her to call for the heat titled TKStrong in the VIP division.
This year, we have kind of a special. That we have a team TK, and TK is a cancer survivor for 17 years, started the Los Angeles Pink Dragons, or was one of the first people, and has literally promoted. She's literally promoted dragon boat racing all over the world. She was recently diagnosed with ALS, which, for those of you that don't know what that is Lou Gehrig's disease. You have a very small window of survival, about 3 to 5 years. She continues to paddle, and so we thought, what's a better VIP thing to have a race and have her old paddlers, kids that she taught, and part of her outrigger team, have a team, and it's called TKStrong. So that's what we're doing.
It shocked me. I had no idea, absolutely no idea my outrigger team was doing this. Even Dr. Chansap, everyone was in on it. Did you know about it? I had no idea. It's called TKStrong, the team. But I never saw that anywhere. Every time I'd print a schedule, I couldn't print that page. So I thought there was a problem with our printer at home. So it was when they called me over, and I see all my friends from outrigging my local team looking at me, and I'm dumbfounded. I was speechless. What? And then they turned around and showed TKStrong on the shirt. It's just, I was speechless. And then the race itself. Oh my gosh. We were so good. We took first place by a boat length. The speed they had, I could barely sit on. It was great. Everything. What can I say? I'm just so happy right now, doing what I love.
Unbeknownst to her friends at the race, TK had already decided that 2019 would be her last time participating in the Long Beach Dragon Boat Festival, an event she attended annually for the past 16 years.
I'll always be there, but I don't want to hold anyone back. So, and there's a whole new group of callers and paddlers coming out. It'll give them opportunity. And I still will get a lot of joy from watching others enjoy it. And I think by participating, as long as I have been able to introduce this sport to a lot of other age groups, ethnic backgrounds, whatever. And seeing that continue gives me strength, and realizing my limits. I don't want to hold anyone back. I mean, I had people pushing me along. That's the role I will take.
TK told us about Radicava, an ongoing treatment for ALS.
And it's just recently been FDA approved. So it's only been around the US just a few years. I've had 2 rounds now. The bad thing is the time commitment. It does interfere with their lifestyle because I'm not doing it at home. I go to an infusion center, and so Mike has to drive me, and it's hard. I could see now why if couples struggle to maintain a relationship. I know a lot of this pushes Mike, but he's been so fantastic.
Tell me about the power of community and friendships.
The power, superpower, makes me Wonder Woman.
She's an icon in the community.
And she's been not just an avid supporter, avid paddler, but she's like an ambassador to the sport.
I mean, look at her out there. She doesn't let anything stop her. You know, she goes out there every single day. She doesn't stop. Nothing gonna stop her from doing what she loves best.
She asked if she could volunteer to call for us, and she was actually physically coming off a wheelchair and being carried onto the boat, and she did a great job calling. You'd have never known she had a disability or ill. She was able to fight through it, and it wasn't just our team, it was boat after boat after boat.
She's been an inspiration to all of the dragon boat community, but when she takes that direction on an international level and broadens the impact that dragon boating has on the breast cancer community, it's not just a local inspiration, it's an international, a national, a global inspiration.
She has to be responsible for hundreds of people that have come into dragon boating, because everybody she meets, she recruits. Every breast cancer survivor she meets, she makes sure that they get out and try dragon boating.
Can bench join in?
TK, we're paddling for you.
Now.
I appreciate all she's done for the whole entire dragon boat community.
She's full of energy, she's feisty.
And then I remember her telling me, "Mark, don't talk over me." Okay, that's the first time I felt some fire from her, that little frame.
Who is this little wisp of a person on the beach, and the energy that just shines from that in person draws people to her, and that's where she can share what it is that she's trying to do and how she's brought so much to that community.
It's just nice to know her, and I'm blessed that I met her and know her.
She's literally everything we can all even dream of being. And it's heartbreaking for us to do this path with her, but we're there for her to the last paddle.
We paddle TKStrong.
TK and Mike, we love you so much, man. We love you both so much. Thank you guys for everything.
I'm continuing. I'm getting such positive physical, emotional feedback by my involvement. It makes me want to get up in the morning, keep on trying, it would be easy for me to just go back to sleep and not do anything. But I have these opportunities to keep on living, and I'm going to. And so it's not the end of my story. It's going to be continued. Wait for the next book.
TK embodies a life fulfilled, adventurous, happy, confident, sassy, accountable, courageous, strong.
Life is good, and I'm just so happy that I'm around to enjoy it, and I'll push it. I'll be there to the finish line.